All right, going live, waiting for the connection to come up. And we are going to a number of our channels. What is going on with the stream health? Well, we'll just go ahead and go regardless. Hopefully the stream's not too bad. I think it seems to be working. Oh, Laura, are you able to test the stream, Laura, just to see how it's working? I have no idea if it's even working. I just want to know.
Like, just in general?
I just want to know if it works. That's all I care about.
So you started?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to just kind of start talking anyways, regardless of the stream health. We'll be doing another one of these at another time anyways, so it's going to all work out. So this is the NATO as Code channel on YouTube and also in LinkedIn and whatever other channels that we're streaming to, which should be the Facebook group for the cloud
It looks great.
engineers. Amazing. So what we're doing is we're hosting a tournament on our own cloud that we're hosting. It's a private cloud, and we, in the DevSecOps Dojo, have been building this cloud for a long time, and now we're actually going to be hosting players. So one of the things that's going on is we have this cloud hosting Minecraft is what's happening, and then on top of hosting Minecraft has to stay running, it has to stay stable and stay protected, and we're going to have some pen test tournament going on underneath the Minecraft application. So right now we're under the hood and underneath Minecraft. We're probably not going to see much of Minecraft right now because it's running. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll like pull up what it looks like or something like that. But that's playing on a gaming system while we're going to have everyone doing an ethical hacking tournament in the cloud. And if this works properly, Minecraft shouldn't be going down, and then all of the players are going to all hack each other quite a bit and steal stuff from each other, steal keys and stuff. So we have a number of players. We have who are playing, and as you can see, there's a number of clients. These client numbers up here represent players and systems that are in the environment. So without further ado, this is maybe not going to be really clear to see like what's going on and what's going on with the players. One day we'll have like a player board and all that stuff. What's up?
I just realized you have to hit play on Facebook or it's not going to stream on
Oh yeah.
So just go ahead and just go live.
Let's get live in the Facebook group too.
Yeah. I was like, it's not on Facebook, and I was like, oh yeah, you have to tell it to go live there.
Yeah, so we're going. Okay, so now we're on the rest of our channels, which is good. So now that we are running on basically all of our channels, we're going to just have everyone start hacking each other, and I'm going to commentary on what's going on, and I'm going to go ahead and just give them the go-ahead to basically start hacking each other. And for the Facebook group members who just joined, Minecraft is running on the server, and Minecraft can't go down, but these members all need to hack each other at the same time. This is called chaos engineering, and we're doing penetration testing in a cloud environment. We just built this cloud. This is the first day that we've launched this cloud, so it's kind of like our own AWS or Azure or however have you. So yeah, now let's just go ahead, and I'm going to mute myself for the players so that they can focus. And all of you players can go ahead and go. So I'm going to mute myself on the channel where all of you can hear me. And then I'm going to commentary on the channels for what's going on, because while this probably isn't the most exciting thing to watch on the outside, we'll come up with better ways to show what's going on. But anyways, let's go for it. So I'm going to mute. Go ahead and start playing, and good luck. And then I'll mute myself there so you won't hear me. Okay, so now anyone who's watching the stream, the players are now hacking each other, and I'm going to show you kind of what's going on. But if I scroll through what's going on in here, we can see some player activity already. We've got all of these things that say Athena. That's a player. Athena 0 is me, so we can ignore that. But we can see that we've got some player requests coming in. Players are starting to do some things. So let's see how that's going right now. We've got activity. And then on the other side of the house, because just looking at the monitoring is a little anticlimactic, I'm going to show you, and I can't show too much, but we can see right here that this is basically what the environment is that the players are running in. So those who are familiar with Portainer might know what you're looking at, but just know that anything that says Athena is a player. And I'm going to go ahead and enter in player 4 right here. So we have people playing right now from around the world, not just one country, multiple countries right now, all connected into this cloud playing. And I'm going to, so the name of this game that they're playing is called Hide and Hunt. Said Minecraft, they're actually playing Minecraft right now. Or we're playing Minecraft on the surface, so I guess I can kind of play like what that looks like. So if I just pull up our little Discord server, this is Minecraft. This has to stay stable, more or less. So we just have that running on a system just to make sure that it's good to go. And so in each of these little systems that players have, they basically are going to have to learn how to generate keys, and then after they generate these keys, so right now I'm going to have to hide my key, and because someone might hear me, players who are watching, I'm going to just go ahead and show you what it looks like to generate a key first. So keys, and then they have to go hide those keys in a directory that has a specific name based on how the game works. And then they have to hack into each other's systems and steal each other's keys. And whoever steals all of the keys first is the winner. And so we're going to see who wins this session. And so I'm just going to show you the way that keys get generated is, let's see. We have all the things written out, but I'm going to just go ahead and generate a key here real quick. SSH -key gen. I'm going to type that command. It's going to generate a key. Okay, so I have a key. And then also I can go ahead and try to figure out how to hack into some of these other players. And they're going to have to figure out how to basically steal my key. But what they can do is they can use nmap, so I can say nmap, and then I can type in something that's going to, the players are going to have nmap as a tool to figure out who they can hack and how they might be able to hack that player. And it's not the easiest game. But let's go ahead and type 172. I already know some of the IP addresses, I'm cheating. But the players aren't watching me, hopefully, so hopefully they don't have Vimeo up on another channel. But I'm not going to show anything that'll let players cheat, so I'm just going to type in a player here. So we can kind of scan and see like what kinds of ports are open that we can access. You can see that there are a few ports here that we can access. And then what we can do is hack into people's environments. Actually, that lets me know that's probably not what I wanted to hack. So we're going to say nmap s172.20.0.4. Oh, there we go. Now we got a target. So this is a real target. So I'm going to hack this person, okay? So I just ran some nmap things, and they're hacking each other too right now. So I'm going to hack this person. I haven't set up my keys yet, but I'm still going to hack this person. So then we're going to say boom. So now if I say, well, if we look up here, my screen's a little tiny, but I'm connected to the system called Athena 4, so we can see which system is this. So I'm going to just type host name just to make sure I'm connected. Boom. So I'm hacking this player right now. So that's what's happening. So now I'm going to just exit their system because now I know that I can hack them, and I need to go and go ahead and hide my keys because I generated my keys but I didn't hide them. So we're going to hide these. I'm going to move my screen so that if a player does watch, they can't see what I'm doing because then they'll cheat. So we can't let players cheat. But what's going to happen is I'm going to create a secret directory. And then the players have to find that secret directory. And then I'm not going to steal their keys, but we're going to kind of see what's going on. We can see there's a little bit of activity popping up here. See that there's some queries coming in. Oh yeah, we've got some queries coming in. All right, so I'm setting up a directory. I'm moving some keys around. Okay, so I've got a directory set up, so I'm going to hide my keys now, so that the players are going to have to find where I hid my keys. Boom, okay. So I went ahead and hid my keys. I'm going to do something so I can show you where I hid the keys, but hopefully the other players aren't watching me so that they can't cheat. If someone cheats, then I guess that's hacking too. So here's a directory right here. I'm going to just keep this real brief because players, they're probably hopefully too absorbed to see where that's living, but that's a directory name, and then I'm going to say okay, so my keys are hiding in there. You can see that. So let me get this off the screen before someone sees that. We can't have the players seeing that.
Everything's really good.
It's running.
Yeah, you should shout out to your YouTube viewers.
Okay, shout out YouTube viewers. Did anyone say any comments? I should go try to follow chat.
Yeah, somebody was saying he watches a lot of your videos, just graduated with a cyber degree.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Maybe what I'll do while everyone's playing is maybe we'll get into chat, because this is the part. So this is how the game works. So now what's going to happen is everyone is going to be looking for those keys, and someone has to steal, whoever steals all 4 keys first, they have to find out where these directories are, and then they have to steal those keys, and then we're going to validate and make sure that no one's cheating, stuff like that. And then let me go ahead and pull up the chats for anyone watching, since we're just hacking live. I mean, why not? I mean, if you build your own cloud, you can hack yourself, and then you can tell all your users that if you say that they can hack you, then great. But we use secure methods, and we focus on people we trust hacking.
God, this is amazing.
So let's see. So let me just get in the chats here in case we've got some chats. Okay, we've got some. Looks like we've got little chats coming. Oh yeah, thank you. So we've got some congrats coming in. Thank you for the wishes. And then let me go see what's on. I'm not on YouTube yet. I was just looking at the LinkedIn chat. So I'm going to pull up my LinkedIn and my YouTube chats, and then I'll try to pull up my Facebook chats too, so that I can kind of go back and forth and chat with anyone. I have so many windows open. But the players are playing anyways. They're doing their thing. They're doing the thing that they should be doing, which is hacking each other. Consensually, mind you, because it's in our cloud. You know, we're not going to have people hacking each other who shouldn't be hacking each other in a way that's unsafe or unsecure or something like that. Here we go. So now I've got my chats up. So if you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, I can now see. So Yeah, so graduated with the cyber degree. Yeah, thanks for watching. You know, we've been doing this for so long. If you've been watching our YouTube channel, you've been along for the ride, and you probably have a good idea of how, like, what we do, what we've been doing. Oh, we've got a new client connecting. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But at least security. Look at that. We got 6 clients showing up here now. Yeah, greetings in the chat.
Wait. Coming for you.
So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can tell what everyone's progress is. And so I'm going to just do some progress tests. Now, we can kind of look through what's going on at the quarries here, but I have another thing that I won't share on the screen once again, just because I don't want the players to be able to cheat. It's not every day that you have a hacking tournament. You know, it's not like streaming a video game, because video games, it's like probably more visually exciting looking, but this stuff is like looking at some boards, like some security operations center metrics. Let's see how these players are doing. So I'm going to see if anyone's completed it yet. So I'm going to just make a shout out. I'm going to unmute myself to the players. Okay, so to everyone playing right now, I just unmuted myself. When someone does get all of the keys, go ahead and just make a shout out, and then I'll do a review to validate and double check that you indeed have all of the keys. And then what you'll need to do is give me the name of all of the directories that you stole from, and then that's how we're going to validate. So this is to the players once again. Once you've hacked everyone, give me the names of the directories of all of the other players that you stole from, and then I'm just going to go and double check and validate that you indeed got some keys in there. And as long as you have keys with a directory that has a name for all the ones that you stole, then we're good to go. So I'll remute myself to the players, and good luck. No rush. Except for the fact that if someone beats you, you're going to lose. So I guess there is a rush. Oh, are you getting, when you type SSH-keygen, do you enter everything default? Because if you're doing more than just doing defaults, I would say just like type SSH-keygen, hit enter, and then just enter everything without typing anything else in there. Does that work? Okay, and then maybe I'll show, well, because you guys can see the stream. So let me just pull that up on my screen and I'll show you what that looks like. So if you can see my screen, I'll show you what it looks like to do the key gen. Let me just pull up the one I was using. Like this, and you hit enter, and then if you just hit enter on all of these, it says fail, you said? Yeah, without doing anything but enter on all of them. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Did it error that time? Okay, cool. Well, sounds good. So I'll go ahead and mute myself to the players again, and then I'll let you guys keep going. And if any of you playing run into like a hiccup like that, certainly let me know, and I'm happy to kind of help out with little things like that. So now I've muted myself to the players, and we got a question on YouTube. Hey, I'm graduating with an associate's degree in cybersecurity in May. Do you think it will be useful? I think all learning's valuable. What you'll learn, especially if you're in the cybersecurity industry in general, the more you're learning, the better, period, because it's one of those industries that's a little bit of a bear to kind of crack into and kind of understand and do all the things in. And you can make so much money that, unlike some degrees, it's hard to like pay that degree off. With cyber, anything that helps you learn, just pay the money. If it's a degree, great. If it's a boot camp, great. If it's you trying to build some crazy stuff, great. Spend the money, get the stuff going, and just basically get a job stat and focus on how soon and how fast can I get a job. If you focus on that, I would say that you'll probably be in a really good place for with your degree. So I do think that it's not necessarily the degree itself that matters, but the learning journey associated with the degree is tremendous, and that definitely matters. So that's a good question. So it's one of those things that I'm like, if you're going to spend money on anything, I find that education tends to be one of the best investments that you can make if you want to make a lot of money in this industry. Other industries might be a little different, but yeah, you know, it's the more you learn in tech, you can make it back. I would say even if you went and spent like $200,000 on a degree, which I don't know if I would recommend spending $200,000 on your degree, but you can make so much money in InfoSec if you apply yourself that you can pay that off in like 5 years. Other industries, I'm not so sure that's like an easy feat to do, so I'm not. You know, I feel like college is kind of unique to what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. But I do think that the education's valuable, and whether it's from college or not. I also find that if you're graduating college, network. One of the superpowers of college is that there's other students, instructors. Find out who those instructors know before you leave, because you got those instructors and you build relationships with them when you're turning in those assignments, all that stuff. So if you are taking the college route, the thing that you'll get the most out of is the networking. Oh, look, we can see all of the new activity coming in here on the players popping up. That's neat. But yeah, so that's a good question. And yeah, definitely, you know, congratulations too, because that's just a lot of work. Studying is hard and stressful. So, you know, sometimes just gotta learn all the things in whatever way. It's hard work. This is hard work if you're graduating with a cyber degree. That's awesome. Someone else just graduated with an associate's. That's incredible. Honestly, like, all of this is hard stuff. This is one of the hardest industries to get into. Okay, cool. And then I'll talk to some of the players real quick. Yeah, that works. You can go ahead and DM me, and then I'll help you in the chat there. Okay, so I just muted myself for the player. So one of our players needs a little bit of help, so I'm going to be slightly distracted. Feel free to chat with each other while I provide some assistance to one of our players real quick. Everyone's cranking away. What kind of issues are you running into?
None of the IPs that I'm finding have any SSH stuff open.
What do you mean?
Can't I see SSH ports, right? Like, wouldn't SSH be listed in here? On the ports? For, like...
If you're scanning the right one, I guess it could be. Let's see, what? Oh, you're scanning. Scan things that are 172. The range is 172.
Oh.
So use IPA and you'll figure out what your range is.
I'm scanning. Okay.
Yeah. So your range. Let me see what the full range of IP addresses is, because that's a good question. And someone else asking a question.
I screwed up. I'm not doing it right then. I thought they were all going to be on this network.
Oh, you're good. Okay, so I'm able to move folder, but here, trying to move the key. Okay, helping out some players here. Good stuff. There we go. Cool, cool. So everyone's hacking. Security's this game's a little bit of a puzzle because everyone has to do lateral movement, move around and stuff like that. It's not the most simple game, to be honest. So let's see. It looks like everyone. Okay, it looks like everyone's getting going, making some progress. So I'm just making sure everyone's good. And then getting back to questions in the chats, I'm going to go ahead and just see what questions we've got. Here we go. So, oh yeah, looking for jobs, all that good stuff. You know, job hunting's super complicated in this industry. In a lot of ways, sometimes it just helps to just like, the first one is like get that foot in the door. Because sometimes getting that foot in the door, like that's the nightmare. And the networking, is I had a lot of trouble with the networking in my early days too. So I agree with one of the things in the chat. So regardless of what chat you're in, someone made a point that the networking for them is the hardest part. And that was a thing that when I was working in the industry, I had a lot of trouble with the networking. It's hard until you start meeting enough people, but it's not to say that it's never really like an easy journey. Cybersecurity, because this industry is weird in cybersecurity anyways, where if people think that you don't have like enough experience or however have you, I've been in like meetings with very senior folks and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to hire anyone who doesn't have 10 years of experience. And it's funny because like most of the people who I work with on my team, like while we have people who work with us who have like 20 years experience and stuff like that, the reality is like a lot of the folks who I work with don't have 10, 25 million years of experience. And the reality is we've been able to do 100% of everything we do, like bootstrap those things and so on and so forth. You know, pay people, all that good stuff on like people who have like 1-year experience, maybe a college degree, something like that. And so I find these requirements from some companies where they're like, you have to have it's the person. But I guess that the challenge of if you're looking for the job, then you're at the mercy of that. So if you're the one doing the job hunting, you're at the mercy of this situation where employers are like, oh, I'm not even going to give you a chance when you probably do a really good job. And that's probably the most frustrating. I think it's getting a little better maybe because it's getting to the point where there are some companies now where it's like they've been waiting for so long to get people that they're just like, fine, we just need to do this. We just need to just like work with someone. But it's not the most straightforward industry to get into. And so, like, while everyone's playing, certainly feel free to keep asking questions because we're just getting into this stuff. Let me just make sure that none of the players need any help for anything real quick. It looks like everything's good. And then I guess I could pull up some monitoring beyond this monitoring. I wonder if I had something connected that's easy to pull up. I might not have something that's easy to pull up. Let's see if I can find a way. Actually, you know what? One thing I think I might do while everyone's watching this is I'll show you how you can actually like set this up for yourself. This is a game that you can host globally or just in a room on a single network, in your house, whatever you want. It's based on how your network is configured. Now, we use encrypted tunnels for everything we do, and we have different unique isolated encrypted tunnels for everything we do. So I guess just like unique VLANs, we have a significant number of unique VLANs and VXLANs. We rely heavily on VXLANs. And so what we do is we just tunnel people into a dedicated VXLAN, and then we use what's called edge computing. So if anyone wants to start getting into edge computing or start getting into some of this stuff, if you go to hub.docker.com, so if you go to hub.docker.com, our foundational code base is open source, and we're leaving it open source. So open source in that you could actually host this tournament yourself with whoever you want, whenever you feel like it, if you felt like it. You just have to know how. So I would say that knowledge is the license to our stuff, which I guess knowledge is the license to open source for that matter. And so taking a look at this, it requires Docker desktop. You just go to hub.docker.com, you can look for NATO as code, you'll see a number of open source resources that I produce. And this is our one that we've been working on for the longest time. And if you follow the quick start guide, it does require either Docker desktop or a Raspberry Pi. It'll run on either one, regardless of what you would prefer to run. And we've done so many tests on this. It's the compatibility works pretty well. This one tends to run on just about anything. I'm sure there's something that it won't run on, but we've tested it on something like 20 unique different types of systems. So we've tested on like ARM devices, laptops, desktop servers, you name it. And we just basically modify this and build a template from it. You can build like a shell script from it if you know how to build a shell script, or you can just run these commands in order. And it just builds the Olympiad. One thing that you might run into is like port conflicts, so sometimes you might need to modify these ports on here. If you see like where it says -P, that's a port. But anyways, this deploys everything in Docker, and then you end up with all of these. So these are Docker containers, right? They're kind of like virtual machines. For anyone who's not quite sure what a container is, you could think of it almost like a virtual machine. So much so that you can even run like full-on desktops inside of containers. I probably have one running right now that I could just show you. If I were to go to, let's see, let me show you something that's like a container. You can run, they're kind of like VMs. What is this thing's IP address?
Huh.
If I
Question
know.
when you get a chance.
Oh yeah. What's the question?
Are we supposed to have, are these SSHs still all supposed to be password protected?
Oh yeah, that's part of the trick. So remember the Athena 0 with the passwords? It's going to be that. I can link it to you if you want.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, honestly.
So I'll DM it to you.
Okay.
And then I'll send that, I'll give everyone hints.
So we should all have that, in other words, right?
Yeah.
Okay then.
And then copy that. And send this over. I'm sending some hints over to some players real quick. Let's see, 0.12. Let's see, 7 actually. So we have 7. Sorry, I'm helping out players, so don't mind me. Here we go.
Okay.
So I'm dropping some hints. I won't give anyone a hint that I won't share with anyone else. So I guess let me say that to all the players. Hey, so for everyone's playing right now, I just unmuted myself. So I will go ahead and start dropping some hints for everyone. Certainly feel free to ask more questions, and anything that I give a hint to anyone else, I will give that those same sets of hints to all of you. Okay, just muted myself again. Okay, so let me see if I can find this one. I just have to find out what the IP address on this one thing is, and then I have that. Okay, so this IP address is...
Oh. You should let everyone.
Let everyone what?
Should let everyone know that's playing. I didn't set a password, so I think if they try and SSH into mine, it just says no password.
They all have a password.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
find that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't something.
It's
I
a-
had control over.
It's a confusing one. Yeah, that's something that I enforce.
Oh.
Yeah. So no one lacks a password, but it will show that you, because you're root, it lets you bypass the password. And that, so I set it so that you don't have to know your own password, which I guess is a little confusing, but let's see.
That makes sense.
What is this IP address? I don't even know what this IP address is. Okay, let me just finish typing this in. Oh, there we go. Here we go. So a thing about like containers is that you can use them like virtual machines as a thing, and this is something that we've been working on for a long time. But basically, like you can make little hardened. You can run a Docker container like a virtual machine, and it's much lighter weight. It's got more compatibility to things, all this good stuff. You can do some pretty cool stuff. Let's see. You can make it just like a virtual machine if you want, if you're just trying to like learn some stuff. But all of this is stuff that you have to build with, say, like the Olympiad. The Olympiad is a cloud development tool suite. That's what it is. It's a cloud development tool suite. So I guess the point of all of that is that you can use it to basically set up things like this tournament. You can code things. You can set up VM replacements if you want to, and be able to just kind of do stuff that you would normally do that you might otherwise need like a virtual machine for or something. You can do so many things. Browse the internet on them. Just, yeah, cool stuff. So that's like containers, and this is what this development suite is that they're basically running on, and this is what all of our infrastructure. This is basically a server. This is a containerized server. And you can deploy it on anything, and then you can cluster it together with things. So you can use this kit right here to cluster, say, like a laptop with a server, with a Raspberry Pi, with an AWS server, with an Azure server, and they can all actually cluster together as one server because of how we built this. And so it's what you call an agnostic development suite, I guess, for basically just building whatever you have time and capacity to do or build, or what you're trying to do or accomplish. So I guess it just kind of comes down to what you're trying to do or accomplish. So anyways, everyone's still hacking. It's a hacking game. Hacking's not easy. So while they're going to complete this like within time frame, as you can see, there's a lot going on. There we go. And then, yeah, just helping out players. So we can kind of see where there's a lot more activity coming from. We can see right here. I'm just going to kind of show how we can monitor and watch the players. So let's see a little bit about what's going on with these players. Let's see how we can find out, you know, what players are doing the most, or tinkering with some different things. So if we look at right here, we can see that, well, all the Athenas are running, and we have the largest amount of activity from the light blue one, but there's quite a bit of activity from the others too. This one we can see there's, well, they're going for it. There's a lot of activity coming from the light blue one still here. Yeah, everyone's going for it. It's happening. There's activity. Let's see what the query set looks like. I would say there's a chance that either the ones that show like where we can see like the light blue right here, that could either mean that that player is trying a lot, or maybe there's a lot going on. They're doing the most, whether it's good things or being confused. But everyone's fighting, and it's definitely this stuff is it's always fun. I don't know. I like this stuff for anyone who likes hacking stuff. Like I said, I'm not so sure that like watching this format's that exciting. We're going to come up with like more exciting dashboards. So at some point we're going to build scoreboards. We're going to build things that automate the tracking of our stuff. Like we built this stuff out like last year. The thing is, now we're just automating it and packaging it and deploying it and making it so that you can use it. Honestly, that one over here, where if you go to like that Docker Hub item, this Docker image right here, building this on average, when we used to teach people how to build this manually, would take folks oftentimes at least like a month to just kind of go through trying to figure out how to get this thing up and running and doing all the things. So really, this is like for someone who's either beginner level or intermediate, this is like a month of stuff that just runs in like 5 minutes. And while you might spend say like a day trying to figure this stuff out, you're not going to be spending like 30 days trying to figure out how to do all the things that something like this does. And for someone who also is just like strapped for time, not everyone has unlimited time to do development tasks or whatever you're trying to do. Speed is nice. Being able to spin up a server, test a server, rapidly do just about anything with anything, however you want. It's nice being able to do things fast and efficiently. So I'm just going to go check back in with the chats, see if there's anything going on in the chats right now. And then I'm going to just put up a little thing on the screen just saying that I'm going to take a quick step away for just a brief moment, and then I'll be right back. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me put a little background behind that. Oh, that's like really hard to see. Let me fix that. Remove. This will be good. I'm going to be doing streaming again a lot more now that we're finally like getting things going. I forgot how to set up titles in this thing. Let's see, titles, VNC. There's so many titles in this thing. Well, anyways, I might just leave it. Let's just be right back. And then what I'll do is I'll just there we go. We'll do this for a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so let's catch up with how things are going. Things are going. So it looks like everyone's making progress. And it looks like everyone's gotten through, at least over, it looks like everyone's approaching the last moments. Keys are starting to get stolen.
Alright, I should go.
And actually I can check to see what the key stealing progress is. Let's see how that's going. Okay. So right now I'm just checking to see what the player's status is. Oh, players are real close to being done.
Yeah, somebody's about to win.
Someone's about to win. Who's gonna win it? All right, we're in the running to see who wins. It's happening. I guess I'll remove the beadback thing. Let's see. I'll hide that. All right. It's getting close. I'm gonna unmute and just let everyone know good work, and then just let them know that we're in the final stretch. All right, everyone, good work so far. You're all in the final stretch, and so we're kind of in it now to see who gets it. Good stuff. Oh, and I guess another thing that if anyone wants to know the official rules to this game, we actually documented this, and that's also just open source. So like back to that this Olympiad dev thing, if you were to go over to, in here it says learn more about Athena Zero, then that we have another repository that is for the Athena Zero, and this has examples of hide and hunt, general thing on how to set it up, but then it has a document, and this is all free. Everything you're watching you could do for free. Well, you can't do it for free because you have to have a machine, and a Raspberry Pi is like 80 bucks, and then other things are more expensive. You have to have at least a system that can run Docker, but aside from that, you got Docker, then this is pretty much free. So we can see here that this is the guide. You can see the guide here.
Is that always where it is? Oh, wait a second. This roofer gets the copy.
I'm so curious to see who gets it. Okay, so announcement to all players. Whoever gets that final set of keys first, as soon as you get that final set of keys, just shout out, and then I'll go ahead and do that validation, but I know that some of you are right about there. I'm sure watching the stream is probably not the most. I'll have to come up with ways to make the streams more interesting. But I know, like, for me, I'm like loving this because I can go and sit in there and snoop and see like what are they typing and what are they doing and stuff like that, so we can see where they're going, how far they're getting with it.
Somebody cut their keys or something.
Oh, are some keys missing?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I found the right folder, but I don't see any key in it. It's just
Oh,
empty.
they might just be that far behind. They might not know how to do that.
They just never. Here, I can show you. So,
What number is it?
here, it's
Type host name.
this is it. I'm not in it.
Oh.
It's this one. What else do
Oh, I can find out which one that is. I'll figure out what's going on. Oh, yeah, I get a feeling that they just might just be a little behind. That's okay. It's quite all right.
Like you just think they haven't made their key then?
Yeah, that could be the case.
Oh, wait, what? I don't see it. Oh, I'm very confused. It's hard for me to still keys that don't exist.
There we go. So just giving some, just checking on the players. And then, 1 second, I'll be right back again. Okay. Okay, everyone. I had stepped away for just a second, but I'm back now. Has anyone gotten all of the keys yet? All right, looks like we don't have a clear winner just yet. So at this point, I'm going to go just check the chats again, see if there are any other questions. And so for those who might be dropping in and out, we're just doing like a live stream. We're doing a live ethical hacking game called Hide and Hunt, and everyone's playing against each other. And I am showing right now using the Pi-hole as a security operations center dashboard, but just really just a dashboard to kind of show how's it going with the player activity, all that good stuff, to see how that's going.
How many keys are there total? That's what I thought.
Let's see. All right, we have. Oh. Oh. We do have a winner. We have a clear first and second place. It's happened. All right. So it's happened. One of the players has successfully hacked all of the players who have all of their progress, and we have a clear winner. So we're going to go ahead and end the live stream, and then I'm going to go ahead and just talk to the players, and we're going to talk about that and all that good stuff and announce to them that we have a winner, and then we're gonna do our little wrap up. So anyways, thank you for checking out our very first real hosted event, our first globally cloud hosted event on our infrastructure that we just launched. And as we can see here, I'll show you the player where we have Athena 1, 2, and 3. You can kind of see like the general amount of activity, and it does turn out that this player right here won, with this player being so close to getting there. So we're going to go ahead and make the announcement to the players. So I'll make the announcement to the players in just a sec, but thank you for watching, and anyone who's interested in joining these types of things, feel free to talk to me on LinkedIn. Is probably the best place to reach out to me, or join our Facebook group called Cloud Native Engineers, and we're going for it. So anyways, more of this to come, more streaming to come, more stuff to come. There will be more of a lot of things to come, and we're going to get into it. So thanks everyone, and I'm going to go ahead and just start to just wrap this up. And that is the end of our first official live tournament session in our real cloud that we built. It's finally active. It's finally here. The DevSecOps Dojo's going. So thanks again. I appreciate everyone for your time and checking out our stream for our